One. We're back, baby. Yes, sir. It's another week of your boy SL&T on Model Talks, man. The safe place for keeping it player, where you keep it kosher every time, all the time. I look like I got black eyes. I got bags on my eyes. I need a vacation or I need to go get a massage or something like that, man. See these bags on my eyes, man. I'm getting too old to have bags on my eyes.
Take some more naps, man. Schedule some naps.
You know what? I need to, but then that's when the niggas say, they say, when you out here getting it, there's no time for sleep. Sleep is a cousin of death. But I agree. I'm a fan of naps. I'm an advocate of naps. I just need to take more naps.
It's very difficult to get a nap on a weekday.
A good nap during a weekday. So that's probably why I realized, like, if I don't do nothing on the weekend, I sleep a lot. I'll be on out.
Bro, but I've heard a few successful people talking about they schedule naps. Like they take a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you kind of got to maybe work for yourself or have a flexible type of schedule. But
yeah,
I know the benefits of sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do it. I used to think I slept too much. Definitely, like, when you was younger, like, especially college days, I felt like I slept a lot. I was like, well, I felt like I was sleeping. And then I had an uncle, and he slept a lot. Like, he was always, like, when I was growing up, it seemed like he was always asleep. He died when he was 40. So I always equated that with, like, maybe that's why he died, because he was just, and I felt like I don't want to sleep my life away, because I feel like he kind of did it. Like, all my memories of him is him just being asleep.
Yeah.
Like, being asleep. Like, oh, he's sleeping in the basement. Oh, he's sleep. Not like he was an unsuccessful guy. Like, he was making good money and stuff like that. But it's just like, he was always asleep.
I can see that. So I see both sides. Like, I enjoy a great afternoon nap. It's a great way of revitalizing the mind and the body, to the later part of the day. But maybe it's my schedule. I don't know. I got to reevaluate myself. I'm 30. I can't be living the same life I used to. Like, I want to wake up earlier in the morning. That's hard, trying to get the gym at 6. I feel like that's the untapped market, that real estate that I just haven't untapped yet.
Yeah.
6 a.m., 5, 4, 5, that area in the morning.
Like The Rock.
Yeah.
Like that. I did, like I said, I told you I had that boot camp for that 1 week, and I was up at 4 a.m. I was at the gym at 5 a.m. And it wasn't bad, but then, like I said, it was because I didn't have to be at work until 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's different now that I gotta be at work at 8. I know that I ain't gonna have that little hour and a half to cool down and chill and maybe catch some Z's and then get up and get going again. I don't know. I've been thinking about it because I got the gym membership now. And I'm like, I want to try that 4 a.m. again, but it's like I gotta be at work at 8.
Yeah, that means you gotta be asleep by like 8.
I'm past it's 10. We record right now. It's 9:40.
I know.
Shit. I was trying to get some cheeks, and I don't even know if I'm gonna have the energy to. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I built it up too. I was talking dirty in the text today too. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying, yeah, and nigga might have to be that letdown. Be like, you was talking all that shit and you went to sleep.
I mean, yeah. I actually, that was a good question that I heard on the radio. A guy that was with his lady for, I think it was 5 years. He said his spark is going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's asking for ways to keep it spicy, because one thing he acknowledged is that nude love, like when you like, that's why people like. I think that's people like being single. It's like when you're texting other people, especially when you're like getting that know you face, it's like you get giddy a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
Shorty pulls up heavy in a text or whatever, or you start meeting people and you're like, oh, you just booked a joint. That first couple of months when after you book a joint, y'all just texting and she hit back. And,
man, it's thrilling. That's
thrilling. And he was like, 5 years in, we just don't got that giddiness anymore. Do you have any tips for this young man on, keeping the spark alive?
I don't know, man. I think what you got, obviously, I don't want you to I don't want you to fuck yourself out and get tired of the pussy either. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because early on, you probably fuck a lot off 4 or 5 times a week, anywhere, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? After 5 years, I'm sure it's like you done fucked a lot. So I think you need to space out your fucking. Maybe only be once or twice a week. You know what I'm saying? And it's to give you time to build up your drive again and maybe anticipate the sex. I think that might be a good thing because if you kind of like become routine about it, even though I'm trying to kind of recommending a routine, just change your sex routine. Because you know, you get into a cycle like, oh, we only fuck on Saturday night, or we only fuck Friday night, or we only fucking in the morning, or we only fucking at night. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to spice that up, you know, and then because that's a fucking real ass question. That's probably for somebody who's been in a relationship for 20 plus years to be answering, bro. I ain't been in a relationship that long. I ain't been in a relationship no 5 years. I don't know how I'm gonna feel after 5 years if I'm gonna be like really
20 years they be swinging now. So,
bro, like, you see what people do, man. People be having hall passes. People be just cheating. You know what I'm saying? They cheating to keep their relationship.
I get it when somebody be like, yo, I've been married 15 years, bro. Like, you know, my marriage is open. Like, I get it. Like, I don't judge niggas anymore. Like, how you have like niggas like I can never share my partner with somebody. Well, you're not really sharing them. You're just loading them out for the night or whatever. You know
yeah,
what I'm
man. And then it's like that's why marriage, you know, saying marriage is supposed to be a partnership. Like you're building together, you know, financially, you got family, you're establishing a legacy. That's sex is kind of separate from that. It's a lot of the times. Like you can have all of that, like boom, we got these houses, we got these properties, we work well together, we're good parents, we're a good couple. We just every once a month.
That's the most player shit actually, when you can be like, you know, I'm sorry, baby, I gotta go home with my wife. And she's like, what? And you know, the wife knows about it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The level of comfortability that, you know, a lot of people don't have or don't want to see until like it's...
And then that's better than cheating. Cause we know niggas have been in relationships for years, been cheating for years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas married to this day and they go out on one night a week and they come home when they come home and they couple. You know what I'm saying?
I got a show for you. You know the great TLC got it.
What? Called, I seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's what's it?
My ex and my wife.
No,
it's my ex and my girlfriend.
No, Seeking Sister Wives.
Oh, okay, that's a different one. Yeah, Seeking Sister Wives.
That's where the man has. They have the polygamy. He has the 2 wives, 3 wives.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting dynamic because there's a lot more black people into it than I thought about it. But it's like, it's not like you would think like, oh, he just fucking having threesomes all the time. No, he legit has 2 wives and they have separate lives. Like they live in the same house, but he's sleeping in bed with one, you know, a couple of days with the one wife, a couple of days with the other wife, you know, but they work as a unit. They're not just fucking each other all crazy willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
And especially like, because you talking about relationships, I've been watching House a lot, the show House MD. And it was a show where this woman got sick and she was in an open relationship with her husband. And the husband, the wife was having sex with 2 different partners, but the husband wasn't having sex with anybody. He was like, yo, I'm really satisfied with just her. But she needs multiple partners. And they like, look, this is an understanding. He knows about it. I know the dudes, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, some partners are really satisfied with just one person. Mm-hmm. That's, you know what I'm saying? And then in the sister wife situation, say the one or the wife just wants the husband and the other wife just wants the husband, but the husband wants 2. You know what I'm saying? Like people's desires are different. People's levels is different. Like some people really get committed to somebody and they're like, I don't need anything else. You satisfy me sexually and emotionally and financially. And some people like, well, you satisfy me emotionally and financially, but sexually, I'm still got more in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, I've been having real conversations like in my life about like realistic expectations about what's it gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, are we like, you know what I'm saying, just you and me? You know You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I look at another woman? What if I think about another woman? What if I, you know what I'm saying? What if I see a woman and I want to take that woman on a date? Like, is there any space for that in a relationship? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely becomes more viable. And I think that's a product of 2021. Because back in the 90s and shit like that, it's just like, I feel like it was easier. You didn't have the internet. You didn't have telephone. You didn't have cell phones. You didn't have cable television and all shit like that. It's like, it's different, man. It's different.
Speaking of satisfying sexually, are you caught up on Love After Lockup?
No, I'm not. I'm one behind. So I saw when that nigga pulled up on Shorty when she was getting in the Uber.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't even finish that episode.
Oh no, that wasn't Uber. That was her ex name.
That wasn't an Uber?
No, he dropped her off right from the.
Yeah, he dropped her off. Then he was like, "Yo, she didn't go inside. She just
that was her ex.
She,
that was her ex.
Why she getting the? She like she was getting in the back. Oh, that wasn't an Uber. Okay,
that was her ex.
I'm gonna catch up tonight.
And you know, no spoilers. You know, he pulled up on her. She's crazy. You know, he grew a little bit of balls. You know, he's been growing more balls. You know, pause throughout the episodes, and he's getting fed up over shit. So, you know, I did my Googles today. I was on YouTube. Thank you for sending me the link. You know, he was on live, and he had, like, you know, karma's a bitch. You know, she was wilding. You know, I'm sick and tired of this junk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's keeping it 100. Like, he's realizing that he's a king. You know,
he look like he got enough that he can please a woman, at least like get a woman and keep her. Like, you got a crib, you got a car, good job. You obviously got enough to trick on her. You can trick on somebody that will appreciate your tricking more. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, yeah.
Hey, come to find out, he's an ex-military nigga.
Yeah. So
it's making more sense to me now.
Oh, everything makes more sense now. Like, you put the military into it, like they don't take long. They move fast.
They read like them niggas get deployed. I seen a meme the other day. It was like a nigga in the desert, like in the military zone. He was like crying. He was like, when you see that your wife paid $57.61 at CVS at 3 a.m, you deploy. So basically, Shawty bought a Plan B in the middle of the night, and you overseas and shit.
Yeah, but I don't want to spoil it. You know, tap in with the newest episode. You know, we gotta do our weekly, you know, reality TV check-ins. You know, I just caught up on the newest episode of 90 Day Fiance.
Bro, as we're recording, you know, the Single Life is on right now.
Yeah,
Big Ed, Colt. I'm watching Colt go on a fucking speed dating right now.
Are you? You got Discovery Plus? Oh, you got money.
No, it's on TLC. They putting some of the episodes on the regular joint.
Oh, I didn't check that out.
I'm watching the Single Life.
Colt getting her on a date.
Colt.
Oh, Colt was getting some bitches. So I ain't gonna cap.
He was getting bitches. I just seen this nigga in Speedo, but he loses bitches. He don't be keeping them. He lost all of them bitches be mad and throwing shit at him and fighting him and
it's for me. I gotta ask, like, is he eating bitch? Is he eating ass? Like,
he gotta be. I just seen him in the Speedos. It wasn't much down there. He gotta be. He unless he a big. Listen, I'm not gonna talk about a man penis like that, but I'm just saying. Coty look like he get down with it. And speaking of,
you're right. Every joint he got, they be going crazy for some. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's more than just money.
He looked like he's like a lover. Like, he looked like he really know how to like make love to a woman. You feel me? Like, candles, body rub. Like, he Colt looked like he know how to make love. Pause. But speaking of Love After Lockup, remember the old nigga with the bad toupee?
Yeah.
And he was trying to get freaky, put in a dungeon and put on a straitjacket and shit. Yeah. I don't know why I just brought that nigga up, but he's a nasty freak nigga too. He couldn't even. He was so horny he couldn't even get her in the house without pissing her off because he wanted to fuck so much.
Yeah, he be doing old white man shit, like, just want to go cuddle for a little bit. You know, you don't want to fucking cuddle. Like,
he try to hump her so bad, but he ain't even warming the pussy up yet. He want the microwave pussy. You gotta preheat the pussy. Set it on 425. Wait till the, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I want to do it right now. Shorty just got out of jail. Let her, you know what I'm saying? Don't do like my man Deontay, because she ready. She bout it. You just moving too fast.
Yeah, that nigga's a wild nigga. He had the dungeon set up. But that makes more sense. But it also is characteristic of an old white man with money. You know they be
nasty.
They on some nasty shit all the time.
Trying to get fucked in the ass and put in a straight.
He said he put his dick on Front Street. He said, "I am with everything."
He said, "I'm with whatever." So when a white man says he's with whatever, that ain't like when Pop Smoke said he with whatever. That's like,
he get pegged. He get pegged.
He do whatever. Talking about put the ball gag in my mouth. Thank you. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, you can tell that nigga's a wild boy, fam.
First of all, you know he wild about his fucking wig, man. That wig that nigga got on is so trash.
Because it's not even the color of the rest of his head.
He didn't even take the time to dye his real hair to the color of the wig. He got gray hair on top of underneath a brown wig. The man is sick. He couldn't even get no pussy though.
I mean, she put the pussy on him before she went to jail, so he been going crazy since then. But that's our breakdown. Once you catch up with Love After Lockup, we'll talk about it. You know,
we'll be back next week. I'm gonna watch it tonight. That's probably what I watch.
That's the show that keeps on giving. But how you been, man? You know, life treating you good. You know,
life is good, man. Life is good. I ain't got no complaints. You know, I'm still looking better every day. I'm beginning my social media push. You know what I'm saying? So everything will be ramping up. You know, I kind of got some fire lit up under my ass for content and things of that nature. So I'm really focusing on content for the show and then comedy content, coming up with like reels and things of that nature. I put my first reel up today. People go watch it. So I'm a page.
Hey, that's the hack though. That's the hack, bro. Yeah. And I want you to do it for the pod too. Start doing the reels.
I'm gonna dedicate. Yeah.
You know, like you can scroll on an explore page. Like like the middle button for Instagram is reels, and you can just scroll. Mm-hmm. So that's how niggas get mad views and shit.
I got a fire lit under my ass. You know, I gotta put more energy into all of this. So, you know,
but one of these things gonna pop. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and it's just about putting the energy there, man. It's been like I compared to this like I was crawling, walking. Now it's time to run. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like niggas was got it up, got it rolling. Now it's walking. Now we got to get the pace and just take off with it. So I'm excited about putting more energy into social media in particular, trying to figure out the algorithm on a real level. So that's why I'm at. How are you, my good brother?
You know, like you said, life is treating me well. I might need to go see him, get these bags in the eyes. I need a but you know, life's treating me well. I got money in my pocket. You know, bills are paid. You know, I got a spark under me. You know, with this management thing. So, you know, 31's right up the street. I got a tattoo appointment. You know, in September.
There you go.
You know, self-care. Can't complain, man. You know, I could be worse. I could be broke. I could be dead. I could be poor. You know what I'm saying? So everything's
really man. You gotta remember that gratitude part, because it's like we always looking forward, but you always gotta take that moment to just be thankful about everything that you got. You know what I'm saying?
I got a new jam. I got Twisted Teas. I
had one of them one night. That shit ain't bad. I'll tell you.
Yeah, you know, it's I mean, I can't really tell with the 5%, but if I had a nice little, you know, some rum or some whiskey in here, that might be my new jam. I might be on some Frank Gallagher shit.
You don't need to be on no Frank Gallagher shit.
Or I might be on some Officer, what's the name? What's my man from Trailer Park Boys?
Oh, Julian.
Yeah, I might be on some Julian shit.
Now, see, Julian, I could get with Julian. You know what I'm saying? Julian was a thinker. He was always plotting, making plans and shit. Julian ain't a bad way
Julian
for you.
kept the buzz at a right level for whole days. Like
That's
he knew when to take a sip and when to chill. Like
he kept
he lived his life like he had a odometer, a alcohol meter running at all times.
yes, and when it got a little low, even Leahy figured it out. RP Leahy.
Yeah, RP.
People, if you don't know, we're talking about Trailer Park Boys, is a series on Netflix. But even Leahy, he had it when he had the liquor under control, when he had the breathalyzer, and he would check it, and if it dropped down, he would breathalyze himself, and it would drop down. He'd take a little sip and get himself right back up to that. He found the sweet spot, and he said Julian naturally just knew the sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? Julian just kept his cup, and when he got a little stressed or anything happened, he'd take a sip and get right to the perfect amount of fucked up to where he could do what he needed to do.
I think that's in like, especially with alcohol, it's really about finding that sweet spot. Or even with weed, like when I was, I know when you're outside, partaking in, the ganja, when it's like you smoke too much.
Yeah,
like,
man.
If I roll this last one, I might get fucked up, or I might get too high. But you will never know what your sweet spot is until you've gone over. So I think that's a metaphor about life, alcohol specifically. Because I know now when you're about to say like this shot will have me fucked up.
Yes, it's a definitely
Go ahead.
No, but it's such a tough balance because, like, that's why, like, you hear about white people talking about microdosing, like shrooms or microdosing weed or edibles, but alcohol is so hard to gauge, especially when you're having fun and you out in the world. It's like you know when you good, but it only take one to tell your ass is off.
Yeah, but and you can always pinpoint it too. Like with alcohol, you can definitely pinpoint. Like I knew that's when I was fucked up. Like, but you don't. It's like, it's like you don't never want to when you're in the spot and it's lit. Like you say, you're having fun. You don't never want to have nothing in your hand. Nothing not in your hand. You look weird if you don't have nothing in your hand. Like you in the bar, you in the club, you don't got a shot or a beer or a drink. You look.
It's
weird.
Awkward. It's awkward. It's like it's like Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do. And I'm gonna tell you this: I was went out with my lady coworkers last night, and I don't know any of these people, so it's like liquor provides you like a little social lubricant.
Oh yeah,
you got something to do. If you ain't got nothing to say, what do? You take a drink, and then and then after a while, you got something to say because you're feeling a little buzz. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how was that experience? You didn't know none of these people. Was it a mixed crowd? Whites, blacks,
drugs.
Okay.
Drugs bring people together because we had the alcohol, and then you know what? One of the white boys was like, "Hey, I'm about to go to the car and roll up," and I was like, "You know what? I like you." So then the white boy rolled up. We hit the J, and next thing you know, we fast friends. We cool now.
Did he have the pack? Did he have the pack?
Drug. He had the pack. It wasn't the czar. I've literally never said that. But it was some good. It was good. White boys be having some good shit. White boys.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You enjoyed it. You enjoyed your experience. Was this your first time hanging out with your ladies' coworkers?
No, this is my second time.
Okay.
The other time it was someone's birthday, and it was drugs again, man. You always I feel like maybe it's just me. I always find someone that smoke weed. And either they have it or I have it on me. I haven't had it on me like normal, but back then, the first time I had a J ready. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Hey, I'm about to go spark this J," and she kind of tell me, "Oh, he smoked, she smoked." And I'm like, "Hey, invite them. Do they want to come smoke?" And boom.
That's impressive. That's I realized that when I've gone out with some of my ladies' coworkers, alcohol was definitely the catalyst. It's that lubrication to have like real authentic conversations with people. And you can I've gotten myself in trouble, not in a bad way, but just like getting too much tea, work tea. Like and the problem with me, when I get drunk, I get a little petty, especially if
What?
I know a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, like, like your girl gives you work tea, right? And I be
Yeah.
trying to like get more information about try to like dig deeper into the, why this person is this person. Especially if your lady don't like a certain coworker or whatever. I be trying to figure out what's wrong with this person. But
Oh,
and
okay. See, yeah, you doing more than me.
yeah, I'm a people watcher, so I like to
Got
analyze.
you.
But do you have anything to keep it funky with this week, man?
I do. I shared this in our group chat, and it was very interesting, and I believe it was a scam, but it was something that I found kind of funny. I'm still on Snapchat, and sometimes there's people that add me, and I don't really know who they are, but I'm like, maybe I know who they are, but I just don't know who they are by their name or whatever. But someone added me on Snapchat, and they had a little emoji. It was a girl or somebody. I was like, maybe it's somebody I know. And they hit me with a message. And the message was, I'm a real legit sugar mama, and I'm here seeking for a real and legit sugar baby to spoil with money. And I'm here to take good care of you. I'm here to make you happy. So do you see, there you go, little typo. So do you seem interested to be my sugar baby? Text me. And then they drop their number. Now, I'm not gonna pursue this. I'm not gonna text nobody. I think it feel like a scam. First of all, who's hitting? What sugar mother is actively seeking? Well, I guess sugar mothers do actively seek.
They do seek. They do seek.
But it's just, I feel like it's a scam. But like younger me would just maybe think about entertaining it, hitting them up, seeing, filling it out. At this point in my life, I'm probably just gonna leave it be and not do no investigation. But part of me is like, damn, it's a scam. Part of me was like, damn, if this was real, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like the percentage chance of this being real is probably very low. You know what I'm saying? It's probably a dude or some weird creepy
person.
It's a
scammer. It's a scammer. It's a scammer.
It's for sure a scammer. Next thing you let me know, like, hey, do you have a Bank of America bank account? It's something, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just send me $100 and I'll send you, you know what I'm saying? I can see it coming. But it was funny when I seen it. I even posted in the group chat. I was like, yo, somebody, she said, I'm a legit sugar mama.
The word
mama
legit.
spelled
Get the
legit.
legit.
Real legit. So that's a double, real and legit. Sugar mama, and I'm here seeking a real and legit sugar baby to spoil with money, and I'm here to take good care of you. I was like, damn, this is a dream. Only if it wasn't a scam.
Would you go all the way? She say, all right, now I spoiled you.
See, this woman is real, right? She's probably very unsightly. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, I think I could get a certain level of sugar mom.
Say she looked like Angela. God bless Angela. Angela from 90 Day Fiance.
See, Angela from 90. See, that's I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You got to recoup somehow.
But it's like, for you this person to be fishing like this, I don't know this person. For them to be fishing like this, it's a level of desperation in them, right? As opposed to, like, say I'm a wealthy woman who's very busy and doesn't have a lot of time to date, who wants to set up an arrangement. You know what I'm saying? That's an ideal situation. Like, you're a successful woman, very busy, you know what I'm saying? And you just want some dick on a consistent basis. And you like, you know what? I like you. You look good. I think you qualify for the job. You fuck me good and go about your way. And I give you $200 and we do this once or twice a week. Mm-hmm. This ain't giving me them vibes. This is giving me either a very repressed homosexual man or a Shrek-looking woman.
Well, the Snapchat is, so my scam meters is going off with the Snapchat one. I don't think sugar mamas are on Snapchat. Two, the word legit. Anytime somebody say legit, it's not legit.
Yes. Red flag.
Red flag. And then there was a typo in there somewhere,
Yes, there was a typo. They they didn't say the shit right. I added a word in the end. It was like, happy to, I'm here to make you happy, so do you interested to be my sugar baby? Text me. Do you interested?
Was
And
it
they
a
dropped
US, was it a US number?
I don't know. I'm gonna look up the zip, the area code right now.
It's probably what's that? WhatsApp. Probably a WhatsApp number.
Yeah, or a Google number. This is Houston, Texas area code.
Oh.
So how you even gonna be my sugar mama? You ain't in my state, ho.
Should fly you out, come on.
Oh, excuse me, my bad. She got money to spend.
Act like you've been somewhere.
How am I act like I've been here before? I've never been here before.
You know, bitches get flown all the time from different states.
That's what I'm saying though, and like I will be the caliber of man that women will pay for sex. Don't get me wrong, but just not this woman. And then like I'll be looking for like, let me see if you got a story. Let me see what you look like. Man, ain't none of that. The account seems like a fake account. You know what I'm saying? The little Snapchat score is mad low. You're not real. It's all good. It was funny though.
Made you feel wanted though, didn't it?
I felt it, but I didn't need it. It wasn't like I needed to feel wanted. I'm good with my want level.
Yeah.
You know, so the little ego boosts make you feel good from time to time. Just let you know you still got heat in these streets. You know, that I'm not just cold. That, you know what I'm saying, I'm not a little corpse out here. You know what I'm saying, they got some heat. You know what I'm saying, people want to. You know what I'm saying.
I feel that.
People want to get at me.
I got 1.5. Keep it funky this week. So the first one, this is a half. Somebody posted a video of Three Ninjas, right?
Classic
movie. But it was particularly the basketball scene we're playing. And we probably need to revisit, even though Three Ninjas is GOAT level activity.
Yes.
These movies were filmed horribly.
They didn't have a lot of money for effects.
Bro, they had Cole jumping from the free throw line.
Cole was an 8-year-old boy.
Exactly. They had Rocky catching oops at the rim. And you know it was bad because they do the little cut scenes with, like you could tell it was like they're jumping off a trampoline.
Yeah.
It was them type of cut scenes.
Yeah.
And it's like these movies were really bad. Like when people critique like Space Jam, like Space Jam 2, right? People are like, I haven't watched Space Jam 2, right? But people are critiquing LeBron James for like his acting performance or the movie in general. And, you know, because we have the nostalgia factor of Space Jam. I watched Space Jam recently, the first one. Mm-hmm. It is garbage. It is a garbage film.
Whoa.
No. I'm not saying it's not a GOAT level film. The film is garbage, though. It's a badly made film. The effects are bad. Michael Jordan
is terrible. 95.
Okay, but you're critiquing. It's made for kids, right? We loved it because we were children. If you revisit it now,
We're not
talking about the soundtrack. Soundtrack is.
I Believe I Could Fly, nigga.
We're not talking about the soundtrack. We're talking about if you.
Even Michael more than
Jordan,
that.
Michael Jordan had 50 lines in that movie.
Listen to me. I'm not gonna allow you to say this. You could get off your take.
Tell me why Space Jam is a classic movie.
I watched Space Jam right after I watched the new Space Jam, and I was like, "Damn, LeBron's not a natural actor. You could.
Michael Jordan was either.
Michael was a better actor than LeBron.
No, come on, no, he was not.
Michael was a better. Oh my God, maybe I'm stuck in my fandom. Whatever.
Yeah, you're being a fan.
But you are looking at a 95 movie with 2021 eyes. And with 31-year-old nigga eyes.
And you're critiquing people. I'm not gonna say you because I don't know you. People are critiquing Space Jam 2 with the same nostalgia that they have with Space Jam. But if you watch Space Jam again, it's not.
Space Jam holds up. Larry Bird, Bill Murray,
nostalgia,
fucking Newman. What are you talking about? Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny. What are you talking about?
Nostalgia. The line.
That shit is not.
Mute is
coming. Stars, nigga.
They're the
Charles Barkley,
Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard, Anthony Davis. Like, what are you talking about? If you think about
I'm gonna let you get your take off.
You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. You're a cinephile, right? You love movies just like I do.
I am a cinephile.
So what about it cinematically makes it such a classic movie? Besides,
first of all, the real life story that went alongside the Space Jam movie, number one.
Okay.
His retirement, coming back to baseball, wearing the 4-5. It adds more depth to the movie, number one. Then you add cartoons. Who doesn't love cartoons? Then you add basketball. Who don't love basketball?
It's an easy concept. Michael Jordan was the biggest player, biggest star in the world.
I'm not gonna say it's an Oscar level movie.
Was the script award winning?
The script was probably shaky.
I'm just asking cinephile.
Listen, okay, how about this though? All of your critiques of Space Jam are valid critiques.
Okay, I love Space Jam.
But what I wanted to get back to is the Three Ninjas, right? Okay. I want to get back to Three Ninjas. We're not gonna get hold up on Space Jam. You can have your feelings about Space Jam. Okay, that's fine. I still enjoy Space Jam as much today as I did when I was 8 years old watching it or 5 years old watching it.
What's that called? What's that called?
Nostalgia, whatever.
Okay.
It's still, but whatever. And it holds up to me as an adult. It might not hold up to you as an adult. But you was talking about the basketball scene in Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
The Three Ninjas was getting away with some egregious shit. Them niggas would be whole children, and then they would split to some fighting scene, and it'd be a grown-ass nigga fighting. It'd be like a whole Asian man. You could tell, like, that's not a child. That is an Asian man doing flips. You feel me?
It's bad. They like when you think about the storyline, their grandfather was Japanese. They don't look of Asian.
They are white children. but they kind of diluted because their mother was only half, so they're only really a quarter. You know what I'm saying? But also the grandfather, old man, this nigga just gets spry as a bitch all randomly. He could jump into the trees and fucking whatever. But yes, but that adds to the movie because like that shit is funny. You're like, yo, we could sit back and point out like, why is this nigga jumping from the free throw? Why is this nigga doing a 360 windmill dunk and he's 7? You feel me? It's funny. You can't.
I thought that was fire. I thought it was fire when I was a kid.
You thought you could really do that shit. You're like, I'm gonna go to the court, and you was doing it just on a little rim.
They was playing in our faces, bro. Like when you go watch those 90 movies again, you're like, yo, besides like my man Tavon said, like besides like the first Power Rangers, the rest of them were like,
listen, really I just watched the Power Rangers.
And the second one too was fire too.
No, the second one's trash.
The one with Ooze?
No, that's the first one. The second one is when the turbo, when they had the cars and shit.
I swear Ooze was the second one, but you might be right.
Trust me, I'm right. I don't know why there was such a drop off in the Power Rangers movies, but Chris, if you look at a lot, I'm gonna agree with you on this, Kid Funky. A lot of the movies of our childhood, if you go back and look at it, you're like, yo, that is the most janky action. That nigga, like somebody hit a nigga with a finger, and you like, why did he fly across the room? And I'm supposed to believe that nigga really got knocked out. I'm saying, and also, if you know anything about like action movies, it'll be like you ever see a nigga get surrounded by a gang of niggas and they're fighting like 50 niggas. Yeah. Don't look at the nigga they fighting. Look at the people in the background. All they do is move side to side. Like they don't even be trying to jump the nigga. They'll be like, ooh, they just be making themselves look busy. Because you're kind of focusing on the fight. I love this. I love pointing out things like this in movies. This is a great pastime of mine, and I'm happy that you are becoming a part of the group.
Yeah. I for some reason, remember there was a double Double Dragons movie off the video game. Like the video game movies were bad too. Well, Mario was okay.
You brought this up to me before. I never watched that Double Dragons movie.
It's bad. It's horrible. It's horrible.
It's all horrible. If you go back and watch the Ninja Turtles movies, them shits are trash. them live action Ninja Turtle movies. If you watch them shits, you be like, what the fuck?
They used to get off a whole bunch of bullshit, bro. I promise you.
But see, the bar was so much lower. Like the bar has been raised. So, bro, we have Marvel, nigga. Like,
you see how spoiled these kids are, bro?
They are spoiled, nigga. These niggas came out with Iron Man, Marvel shit. Like that bar is up here. The bar for us was, nigga, we'll watch three 5-year-olds beat up a gang. You feel me? Like, like if them niggas, like Home Alone is crazy when you think about it. How is this nigga 6 and these robbers just can't beat this 6-year-old? You feel me? It's a narrative.
That's a wild premise as well.
Yeah, because this is your home. I'm a man. I got a gun. Them niggas had guns.
That movie should have been 15 minutes.
I shot the little boy and I robbed the house. That's it.
Yeah.
But this what was the standard for entertainment back in the day, man.
I mean, kids movies were kids movies now. I don't even know what a kids movie is.
Nah, see, but the kids movies are even great now, bro. The movie Coco was great.
Yeah, Coco
Soul was great. The movie where the niggas is elves and they magic. This shits are good now, man. Onward, that's what's called. Onward was good. Maleficent. These shits be fire, man.
Like Dennis the Menace, like this kid should have got the meanest ass whooping.
Oh, bro. This nigga should have got fucked in the ass and thrown in the river. But this
yo, fam, take that back.
Okay, I'm not saying he should have, but I'm saying the nigga got took hostage by a homeless nigga. That was one of my movies. You just reminded me of Dennis the Menace,
Dennis is fire, bro. Dennis the Menace is fire, fam.
Dennis the Menace was an annoying ass little white boy, but he beat the shit out of this homeless nigga. You feel me?
Bruh. Disney used to get up a whole bunch of bullshit. You remember Air Bud, son? There was a dog that
I used to love Air Bud.
Air Bud was fire.
And there was multiple sequels of all of these movies.
Yeah,
Air Bud played football, basketball.
Disney really tried to get that shit off. Like this dog can play sports, and he's on the high school basketball team or middle school basketball team.
I'm kicking. Listen, all I'm doing is I'm bringing hot dogs to the game, and I'm taking the dog out of the game. That's all you gotta do.
Right, you can just kick the dog, fam.
You can't kick. You talking about me, the little boy getting raped? You talking about kicking an animal?
I think kicking an animal is better than a child being raped, sir.
Okay, we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna compare two evils. I'm just saying you are onto something. A lot of things were just accepted that wouldn't be accepted now.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be my half. And the I guess another half would make a whole. You know, don't trust these niggas on Twitter, bro. You know, the same people that, you know, complain they want a lockdown and people are nasty and COVID is taking over the world and blah, blah, blah. They're the same niggas. And, you know, they're shaming people for not being vaccinated or whatnot. They're the same niggas that are going, you know, vacationing in Florida and Texas. And, you know, they're the same niggas that are partying in the club every weekend, smoking hookah and shit. They're the same niggas that, you know, are in the function on Friday, Saturday night, drinking tequila with the homeboys when, you know, or homegirls, when all that shit is a super spreader event, you know what I'm saying? Or they want to go see their favorite actor or favorite, musician, you know, performing shit, you know, just the shaming piece is like, you can't be a hypocrite, bro. It's very hypocritical. If you gotta be scared of COVID, that's fine, but don't shame niggas for you when you're doing the same shit. It's hypocritical. So I'm saying I don't like that shit.
Okay.
It just, you know,
say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
Live your life to the fullest. If you wanna be in a house, be in a house. But don't be outside shaming for niggas for being outside, because the niggas that are really outside are shaming people for being inside. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a homebody and you're scared, and I understand like COVID is very real. I'm not saying COVID is not real. I'm not saying you shouldn't. If you want to be vaccinated, go get vaccinated. I'm not saying people aren't 10 million people are millions of people are dying. What I am saying is that the same niggas that are like, you can't be hypocritical, especially like quote unquote these blue states, right? Like Virginia, New York, California, people that
Mm-hmm.
in those people that are in those states that are like that have higher restrictions and stuff like that. Where are they going on vacation, Terry?
To the south.
Exactly. Where there's less restrictions. You're going to Florida, you're going to Texas, you're going to Georgia, you're going to Atlanta was never closed. People from New York are moving to Georgia. People from California are moving to Texas. They're moving to Florida because they have less restrictions. But then you're still shaming niggas for what you're doing. It doesn't make I don't like hypocriticalness. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like the moral police, it's just it's a little bit different on Twitter versus everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I just want the niggas to know, like, niggas ain't fucking with the hypocriticalness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. People gonna show their cards and then try to bluff when you already know what they're doing. Yeah, I try to not listen to niggas, man. That's what I really do.
And it's not even niggas. It's like the media. It's like the celebrities. You're telling people don't do this, but then you're at a festival.
Well, you see, shout out to you. It's like I don't know if you listened to Nas's album.
I haven't listened to it yet.
But he has a song with Lauryn Hill, and she said, you know what I'm saying? She kind of decoded the Matrix. And once you kind of decode the Matrix and you see what you see it, it's hard to you can't unsee it. It's like you can't put the glasses back on. Right? So once you see that everyone's full of shit and people are just saying things for whatever, for saying things and then going against it, and in the media, it's like you can never, you can't. And Big Gregory, rest in peace to great Big Gregory. He has a documentary coming out pretty soon. I believe it's
Kevin Hart produced it.
Kevin Hart produced it, but one of the people I really look up to, Big Gregory. I watch his YouTube videos whenever I'm trying to get recentered. He said it's it's like some glasses that people put on, and there's some rules once you put the glasses on. You can never take them off. You can never go back to seeing things how they used to be, but you can never force anybody else to wear them.
Right.
So
it's
yeah, and it's like I forgot. It's like a universal lens. He spoke about it in a very eloquent way. I'm not speaking about it right now, but those are the three things. You can't take them off. You can never go back to seeing things. You can't see the bullshit no more. Can't unsee the bullshit. But you can't make nobody else wear them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this nigga Colty is a little freak. Colty, I'm sorry. Colty trying to get it popping.
Listen, he's getting pussy.
He out here. He know how to get it. But yeah, so just know the rules, and you gotta operate by that.
So just live your best life. And live your life.
People are miserable, and they're gonna try to make people miserable. And then there's people that are actively putting out misinformation to sway people one way, and then there's an agenda and agendas, and then there's evil, and then there's the consumer, the corporate, and then there's it's everything, man. It's like all at once. It's just keep your head above water, man. Keep your third eye open.
I dig it, bro. Like niggas calling for lockdowns, and I'm like, damn, my nigga Terry didn't even get to experience a lockdown. They got to go to work the next day.
I never of course, lockdown, outside things weren't open, things were closing early. I experienced that being in house, but I never had to work from home. I was always outside. And for part of that time, I was taking public transportation. You know what I'm saying, to work. I was getting on a bus, going to where I had to go, and then coming back, you know what I'm saying, and just having to mask up and deal with whatever I had to deal with. So I was never fully locked down. I never, you know what I'm saying? So I think it maybe helped my sanity and, just made me realize what's really going on out here, because there's some shit they just ain't gonna be able to stop. And I don't know if people calling for another lockdown. Why would you want to go through that again?
people are calling for lockdowns, bro. They're like, lock this shit down. Like, think it, like it's crazy, fam. Like, it's like, do you really
Well,
like
these niggas calling for shit and they can't make shit happen. So shut the fuck up.
People were suicide rates skyrocketed during the lockdowns, fam. And that was like a light lockdown. You know what I'm saying? Like, people aren't really locked down, but like, mental health issues, arose. People got divorces and shit. Like, people don't need to be stuck in the house 24/7, bro. Like, even if you don't have to work, even if you don't need to, work from home. But working from home, literally, like during lockdown, when things were locked down, I would work from home. Shit was closed. I'm literally at home 24/7.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like I'm saying, my sanity, I think it was held intact by the fact I still had that routine, that work routine. Like I wasn't like up to my own devices at home for 24 hours, 24/7.
Imagine how like alcoholism like rose. Like niggas was drinking just to drink.
Nah, I was drinking now. I was drinking too.
You were drinking for drinking just to drink.
I was drinking. I had to have a bottle a week, and I would drink that joint throughout the week. See, now that's probably at least still manageable. Some people probably go through a bottle a day.
Yeah, and that's just in America. Like if you look at the news, like Israel about to shut down, Australia's in shut down, like lockdown, like niggas it's going crazy out here, fam. But Twitter's not a real representation of society. Twitter is like the privileged, the yacht club of social media. But
don't listen to a motherfucking tweet, dog. Every once in a while, people say some profound or funny shit. Like I thought we were there for the jokes. Niggas want to be activists and political and like, bro, give me the new. I want to know what's happening in the world, and then I want to laugh. Tell me, oh, this is happening here. Like I do get my news from Twitter, but I don't need the opinions. Tell me facts.
That doesn't. Social media is nothing but opinions, bro. We discuss this weekly.
I mean, there's places where you could get facts. There's news outlets and all the trade shit that we got in the NBA free agency. Those are facts. We get them for Woj and Shams.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's facts somewhere. Somebody got them. You just gotta find out who and then pay attention to them.
Yeah, bro. But that's my little rants, man. I don't think I've gotten that bag in a long time. But
I mean, you're passionate, I can tell.
Let's get these topics out the way, bro. Let's get right into it. I don't even think we need to even introduce it. What the biggest thing that's happened in the culture in the past week.
Oh, versus Locks, Dipset. We came on here and we both. I believe you picked Dipset too. I picked Dipset.
Yeah.
And, that ain't how it went. That is not how it went. We saw 2 3-man groups. Well, technically 4-man group with Dipset, Freaky Zeke. I felt they disrespected my man from Drew Hill, talking about the fat guy from Drew Hill. That's the nigga that sung 5 Steps, man. What are you talking about? I think his name is Silk.
No, it's what's that nigga name? Not Nokia.
I got you. Hold up. Jazz. They disrespected my man Jazz. Chris, you know who Jazz is.
Jazz is that nigga, bro.
Jazz sung 5 Steps.
But you gotta give context of why Jazz was brought up though.
Just because Cisco is the front man, don't act like Nokia and Jazz and my nigga who's the other nigga? He ain't even in the group. No, the nigga that just left the group never came back. Oh fuck. Woody.
Yeah.
Woody was out. These niggas was solid group members. But they Styles P, Jada tried to call Freaky Zeke Jazz. Freak Jazz is way more relevant to Drew Hill than Freaky Zeke is to Dipset. But from the beginning, as soon as Fuck You dropped, I saw how a nigga holds down the stage at a rap show. Like they performed better than Dipset, and the records didn't matter because the performance was just so much more tight. You know what I'm saying? The raps, they were literally rapping over the track. They weren't rapping over their lyrics. They went in with a motherfucking, it's like them niggas went in with a Gitsu and Dipset went in with a motherfucking a toothpick or some shit. Like they were really outmatched from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? And the unity was a big thing that I noticed. I'm gonna let you go right after this. Cam did come out at the same time as them. It was hard to even find them on the stage together. Like they were not having each other's back, like physically, like even next to each other. Like when Jim Jones was performing, Cam wasn't next to him, hyping him up. You know what I'm saying? It was like Cam went somewhere in the back. I'm like, and all the niggas on the stage pissed me the fuck off. I wanted all them. I'm like, I just want to see Dipset and Locks. Why is y'all gotta be so New York right now and have fucking all these niggas standing on the goddamn stage doing nothing? Y'all niggas can have the tool on the floor. Like, yo can stand next to the stage with the fucking burner, the hammer, whatever y'all fucking call it shit. But what'd you think?
I mean, listen, I'm not a New York nigga. I've been in New York like once or twice in my life, right? But you know, I felt the New York energy. Tim's, chopped cheeses, and guns. You know, I felt the energy. I felt the standing outside the bodega for 30 minutes or all day energy. You know what I'm saying? So it was that, and it was even though we know that, you know, they're friends, right? They know each other for a long time. It felt like there's real tension on the stage. It was like Gucci, Jeezy adjacent.
Yeah.
Like
right below that.
You know, Jada and Cam were going back and forth at it. You know, Styles and Jim were going at each other all week on social media. So like the energy was built up. But like you pointed out, it was just there was levels, right? It was levels. And you know, before versus is really about your catalog, which I think every time we do this, every time they have a versus, we think there's an underdog. We think they don't have a catalog, and then they prove us wrong, right? Our first impression, Dipset, you know, I can just rattle off songs. Boom, 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 boom. And we forget that the Locks have been around for, you know, 20, 30 plus years, and they have worked with some of the biggest artists and the biggest names as well. They have Grammys, you know what I'm saying? They got songs with Mariah, they got songs with, you know, J-Lo, you know, but the star, man, I mean, you probably hear it on every podcast, man. The star was Jadakiss, so you know, I mean, even but all the other Locks, it seemed like they're still like tight. They're still homies. They still in the group chat. They still, they hang out on Sundays or something like that with their families and shit like that. You know, they practice. You know, you could tell when the team strategizes well versus just shows up and play. Even though that team all stars. You know, this is the conversation we had with Team USA. Like they just get a whole bunch of stars together and just go win. Versus teams that have played together for, you know, eight plus years. You could tell the Locks were just different in their approach. And, you know, they put on the show. They were rapping a cappella. You know, they were, it seemed like, and they were connected with their DJ. It seemed like they really put the time in to put on a good show. And of course, Jadakiss, like I keep coming back to Jadakiss, and you hear it on every podcast you listen to. Jadakiss stole the show. You know what I'm saying?
Top five that are alive.
Comes out the gate. Cam, you live in Miami. That's like I'm really outside. New York,
nigga, you don't live out here.
He said, you know, you've seen on YouTube for the past the clips on Instagram and Twitter for the past week. Then you would never think Welcome to New York would lose to New York, the Fat Joe joint.
Yeah.
But the way Jada brought that in, he said, I'm really outside. And then you just had to sing with it.
You know what? That nigga is a MC. Like, niggas don't know what that is. Like, we grew up, we saw them, and we saw one last night. These rappers that's out today is not MCs. Like, it's a few of them that are. When you see a nigga perform, like, you could tell, like, to be an MC, all you need is a microphone and your song.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas don't need pyrotechnics. Niggas don't need props. Niggas don't need nothing. All niggas need is the mic, and they can move the crowd, make the crowd go up and down. Like, that's what an MC is with the words you say. Because Jadakiss, how many times did he cut the beat and just rap? And them bars is what niggas are hanging off of. Now, Dipset, they got bars, they got lines, they got all this shit too, but they weren't doing that shit. They were, I don't know. It was demolishing. I've seen nobody like, and there was moments where they took the momentum, but it was like they grabbed it and then the Locks took it right back. You know what I'm saying? There were songs like when I can't remember the song, but there was a few songs when them shits dropped. I was like, yes, come on, like Bill. I was hoping they would build momentum, but they just as soon as they got going, it's like a run in NBA basketball. Like a nigga they went on a 20-0 run, and then he was like, okay, maybe they can go on a run, and Dipset just never went on a run. They never went.
There was a couple of runs that, like you said, I think Styles was talking about, like, you know, I hung out with Max B or whatever before he went to prison, right? And then Jim Jones is like, you know, shout out to those my people, but I'm a real gangster or some shit. And then he did like Certified Gangster, and then it led to like a Joel's track, and then it led to a Cam track. But it just seemed like they just weren't, like you said, they weren't working as a unit. They were all trying to get their own buckets. They weren't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like Sheek Louch, like, you know, people often forget about Sheek Louch, you know, but he's a great team member. You know what I'm saying? He's not your star, Jada. He's not even your second man like Styles, but he's gonna get you them buckets. He's gonna get you a board. He's gonna get you a board.
And it's just like to rap with them two niggas. You are nice. Like to hang with Jadakiss and Styles P in a group for that long. Yeah, you gotta be. It's just like niggas talk shit about niggas that play on the bench in the NBA, but them niggas go to a court anywhere around the world. They're stars. Yes. They're doing what, shout out to Isaiah Thomas. They're dropping 81 in a pro-am. That's what Sheek Louch is. Yeah. You're like, oh, he's only 5'9", but you put him around y'all regular niggas, and he's fucking dropping 80. So that's what people gotta remember. The skills, like, it's levels, and like just to be among certain levels, you have to be, you know what I'm saying? Just to make it to the NBA, you gotta be certain amount of nights. Just to make it this long in rap, you gotta be a certain amount of nights. And Sheek Louch, Styles P, and Jadakiss, the Lot, bro, they not our era though. Like, I didn't grow up. I knew who the Lox was. Yeah, but songs was not. Them songs wasn't in my iPod. You know what I'm saying? I might have had a few. Especially, I had Jadakiss shit because he had a good solo run when I was coming up. But to hear them shits go off like that, that's why all them streams went up. Because niggas was like, nigga, I gotta go back and listen to some Lox shit because this shit is fucking real.
You know, for me, my end all take all. This is my last point about this versus, man. I need to start juicing, and I need some pink horsepower. So that's what, you know, my end all.
You need both?
I need both. Because them niggas are 40, 50 plus. They juice and they look good. They look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? 50 plus look like 25. True. And I want to support Cam. You know, Cam was holding his own. You know, I'm gonna buy some pink horsepower. What
did Kiss say? It's good, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Hey, bro, we're gonna listen. I think people know now to don't even throw. Jadakiss is the boogeyman now,
bro. Especially
don't say his name. Don't say his name in verses. Just don't say his name.
Especially when it comes to verses, nigga. Listen, my senior year of high school, I've said this on the podcast. Kiss of Death, that album was the soundtrack to like my second half of my senior year. Like I said, I was not enthralled in New York hip hop at that age. It took me being like 16, 17 years old. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna listen to some Lox, so listen to some Jadakiss. But once I got it, I was like, this nigga is a fucking monster. Like Jada by himself is a monster. Lox, Styles P by himself is a monster. Sheek Louch by himself, monster. But you put them niggas together, you saw them niggas there on that stage. And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to New York. Y'all had y'all moment. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had y'all verses. Y'all got y'all shit off. The South had their shit with Jeezy and Gucci. Now New York got their shit.
Where does this rank in your in verses?
It's definitely top 5 for sure. Like I got Jonte Austin and Neo, Gucci Jeezy, Brandy Monica. But see, the ones that I really watched, Luda and Nelly would have been so good if the fucking technical difficulties wasn't like that. But easily, this is top 5 because I actually sat down and watched this. And there's only been a handful that I sat down and was like, watched the whole time. Who did T-Pain go against? T-Pain and
Lil Jon.
That was actually surprisingly good. I sat down and watched that one. I put that in my top 10. But yeah, this is definitely top 5. Just like Jadakiss, top 5.
Yeah, I think what it's moved in like top 2. Like I think one thing about verses, it's a celebration, right? But you know the top ones is about like the moments that were created that I'll think about next year. You know what I'm saying? Like even though I think we're specifically for like the Jonte one. It was a Jonte holding the glass.
That was one of the first ones. But them songs,
yeah. The songs. Besides the songs, when he was like he toasted to that nigga Neil when he played like a Beyonce like the Killer song. I forgot. Or like his Haymaker. He was like toasted to Neo. I remember just Jeezy. Like it's those moments like those Gucci playing The Truth in front of Jeezy.
There was so many moments, yeah.
So many moments. I mean, of course, you have all the moments here because it's fresh, but definitely these moments are gonna stick just like a year from now. I think next year we should just like recap the moments of versus the actual competition because that's what makes a great battle. It's some moments.
Yeah, and they delivered. They delivered. Can't say they didn't, man.
God bless.
Let's get this flowing. Speaking of verses, we got some more rap shit. You gotta kind of talk to me about this Wack 100 and him talking to Tekashi and all that shit. What's going on with
that? To keep it short, so DJ Academics, who's a blogger, I don't even know if he DJs anymore, or if he ever did DJ. He's a blogger and a media personality, and he's releasing his new podcast on Spotify. I don't know what the name is. I don't know what the name is. But his first episode was an episode with, of course, his man Academics and Wack 100.
You mean Tekashi?
Yeah, it was all 3 of them.
Wait, Tekashi got a podcast or Academics got a podcast?
Academics got a podcast, but his first
episode. Tekashi and Wack 100. Okay.
Yeah. So apparently Wack wanted to go on and talk to 6ix9ine himself and, ask him the questions that we all wanted to ask when no one asked him to do that. So, that's the promo. That's where the run is coming from. That's where everybody's name is coming up. That's the origin. So apparently, for some reason, they were on Clubhouse and they were Academics, Tekashi, Wack 100, and some other people were in the room, Clubhouse, and 21 Savage pulled up in the room, and 21 was talking to Tekashi and Wack 100, and basically asked, and they were just going back and forth, right? And 21 was like, Tekashi was antagonizing 21. It was like, you didn't call me, we didn't talk on the phone. You said you never talked to a rap, blah blah blah. And Tekashi and 21 being cool was like, yeah, I called you, but I just wanted to confront you on, you saying something, telling me like to suck my dick or whatever, how he be telling people to suck his dick or whatever. And they say he's doing whack shit, like he just wanted to voice his opinions on it. And their conversation escalated into Wack 100 trying to, big boy 21 and violate him on Clubhouse, telling him that, he's a fake blood and, he'll run up on him in Atlanta, put hands on him, blah, blah, blah. And that hit that, when shit like that goes viral on Clubhouse, they ended up on the rest of social media.
True.
So at this particular moment, now it's getting into some street shit. Because, they keep referencing the alleged gang members that is it alleged now because they're being convicted? I don't know. The alleged members of the gang that Tekashi was with.
They are gang members. You talking about Non-Trek?
Yeah. So now the conversation of why he snitched came up, and why Wack is talking to, Tekashi, even entertaining this mess because Wack 100 is a gang member, he's a Pyro, and he stands by his street shit or whatever. So if you live by the street code, you shouldn't even be corresponding or acknowledging
rats.
So now there's back and forth. The gang members in jail versus, Wack 100. Wack 100 telling everybody to suck his dick, blah, blah, blah. It's just a whole bunch of street internet shit that shouldn't be on the internet. But the point of the story is that we are seeing old niggas doing clout chasing shit. And I don't know how I feel about that.
I'll tell you how you should feel about it.
How should I feel?
That Hollywood industry shit is so much. It's so much. It is, but it isn't. It looks like it is, but it's not. And then there's real mixed in there, and there's a lot of fake mixed in there. It's like oil and water that they keep shaking up so it stay together, right? Uh-huh. So if you're trying to stand on some principles, that shit is not gonna work in rap. And I think, because I listened to a little bit of what Wack was trying to say. Well, Wack was going back at Tekashi about this and that, and Tekashi was challenging him on a lot of shit. Aren't niggas, if you really this, you're supposed to do that, and if you really that, you're supposed to do this. But you understand is, niggas can get put in the trick bag very easily. If you have these street codes and you try to apply them to a place where street codes mean nothing, you lose. That's where Tekashi was always trying to take advantage. He's like, look, these niggas are street niggas. They talk about they kill niggas, they do this, but they're in the rap game. In the rap game, that shit don't matter. Because what happens? You pull out guns, you go to jail, you get shot, you die. And there's no valor, there's no badge. All you end up is broke or dead or in jail. That's what Tekashi knows. He's like, all these niggas are portraying themselves as this, but they got so much to lose. You can't really be running around with guns hunting people if you're trying to run a business and try to be a brand. And he just keeps hitting that spot. And Wack 100 is like, Wack 100 is like acknowledging, like, yeah, I know this, and yeah, it's true, but you are a rat, which I don't know what he's saying, but I'm saying, but that's what Tekashi exploits. And I listened to 21 Savage Mode. He had a whole thing about snitches and rats. Those principles, especially if you live in a street life, apply. But these niggas don't live the street life. Not no more. 21 Savage, you asked him in an interview. He says, I talk about the past. I'm a businessman, I'm a father, and I'm a musician. But them codes that you're raised up on and that helped you survive, it's conflict. And there, like I said, it's oil and water, and you shaking it up, trying to keep it together. But if you leave it alone and let it settle, it's gonna separate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, Tekashi's gonna say, and crazy as it, Tekashi has found some truths that he found some truths and he says them truths and no one can say nothing about it because it's a truth. I can't sit here and say he's a fucking liar. Rap and entertainment in the music industry is what he says it is. It's the truth. But he was taking the street game and taking street lifestyle and gang lifestyle and leverage that into music to make himself more popular. And people that were with him were playing by the street rules. And he's like, I'm not a street nigga. I don't got to play by the rules. And he didn't. He didn't.
I mean, he was running like a street nigga.
Exactly. But it was fake. It was a facade. He admitted, I'm not that guy. I'm not a tough guy. I can't fight. I know for a fact that Tekashi probably can't beat up anybody in hand-to-hand combat. Not anybody. I'm sure he could beat up some people. But gang members, how do you get in the gang? You gotta fight. How do you stay in the gang? You gotta prove yourself. You gotta get stripes. You gotta go on missions. This builds a hard type of individual who can handle themselves in the streets. And in the streets, you might have to fight. You might have to shoot. You might have to use your brain. And also, Tekashi called out how niggas are hypocrites because street niggas snitch. Street niggas,
Sure.
niggas that live the lifestyle have flipped and turned. Not just Tekashi. Tekashi ain't the first rat.
Yeah.
And he won't be the last.
Mm-hmm.
He was just a popular one who had a loud voice and went global with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So everyone's calling out contradictions in each other, and everyone's holding on to the truths that they know are true. But you can't bring them together. They'll come every time it comes together, it's an explosion. You know what I'm saying? Every time it comes together, it's explosion. You can't mix the street and business because they don't go together. The bit in business is oftentimes way more ruthless than the streets because these niggas is killing niggas. These niggas is killing niggas with a pen stroke, with signing papers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If that was, you talk about redlining or resource to communities or business opportunities or job opportunities. This is or development opportunities. All this shit is happening in rooms. There ain't no guns. It's just ink and paper. So, you know, everyone has their truths. Everyone has where they're calling each other out. And you know what I'm saying? Shit gonna go where it go because men are very egotistical and men that got a lot of pride and don't nobody want to lose their pride. Tekashi doesn't seem to have very much pride. He seems to just kind of want the money, the fame, and the recognition. And he gets off on like exposing shit. Exposing Chief Keef is not really gonna come out to exposing 21 Savage is not slapping him. Exposing, you know what I'm saying, all the gang members as kidnapping. You know what I'm saying? Like he is, for better or worse, I can say this about him. I won't even say for better words. I can say this about him. He revealed the hypocrisy. He revealed a lot of hypocrisy in the rap. The image of being a real nigga, you can't be that and be successful, be a successful artist. I won't say real nigga, because real nigga, you can be a real nigga and not be about no dumb shit. About being about the dumb shit, because that's what niggas rap about on song. They don't just rap about being real niggas, they rap about the dumb shit.
Yeah.
Going on missions, spinning the block, send me the Addy. That's dumb shit.
Yeah.
You can't be about the dumb shit and be successful in music for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, you know, that's the moral of the story. 569. I mean, but it's just you know, someone quote unquote is an OG.
But he always inserts himself in shit.
Yeah. So
he's got into it with a lot of rappers, man. But see, he's a real blood who was really in prison, gang banging, and he has stripes. Like so his voice will always cut through because he's actually all the shit that people claim, he's really that. He just doesn't have an opinion like you would think, because he said a lot of a lot of controversial things and things that you would think that a gang member, a former incarcerated person wouldn't say. He does that a lot. He flips the shit on his head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no street nigga, man.
That's the gang report for this week.
That's the gang report. Continuing with music, Tyler the Creator, DJ Khaled. I remember DJ Khaled was kind of tight at Tyler. I guess he took his #1 spot when his album before the last one came out, and Tyler got on Hot 97 and did what?
I mean, they basically, Tyler just came out and talked his shit. He was talking his shit. He was talking heavy. You know, he was talking heavy. You know, he
can talk heavy. That album is good.
Yeah, he was talking heavy. And I don't know how the conversation came up about DJ Khaled, but it was about, you know, the overarching theme was like, niggas have been calling him weird and, you know, discrediting him and his artistry for years since he got in the game. Mm-hmm. And he particularly remembers that moment, which is technically the DJ Khaled moment, because DJ Khaled made him feel like he was making weirdo music, like he wasn't rapping and he wasn't making hip hop, and trying to put him in that box. And the word that struck me was like DJ Khaled said he wasn't making black music, you know, but that's
DJ Khaled, you're not black, bro.
Exactly, because DJ Khaled was like, you know, I make music that, you know, you hear in the car, you know, you hear in the barbershop, you know, you hear it, you know, in stadiums, you know, like, and one thing that Tyler was happy about, he was like, well, he wasn't happy about it. He was like, I know that nigga's ego took a hit. because his whole persona, his whole gimmick is we the best, we're number one. You know what I'm saying? I make number one albums, blah blah blah. And when you lose to the weirdo kid that you were quote unquote subbing, your ego was deflated.
And you just made me remember even more when Khaled was making videos talking about I be in these streets. I don't hear that shit playing in nobody car. I remember that shit now, but he definitely said that shit. Tyler can rap. Like
he more than just rap. He is an artist.
He's a complete rap artist. And yes, genre bending, you know, coming in with different type of music, and his aesthetic was definitely different at first. But even then, he was still rapping. He was making rap songs. This shit has grown on me, for sure. DJ Khaled kind of shit has grown off of me. Of course, there might be songs because the artist that DJ Khaled gets a lot of the artists I fuck with. So, I think Tyler. This is what I want to say. As a weird nigga, it's not cool to be weird, but it became cool to be weird. Right? Yeah. So being weird before was cool, and then seeing it become cool to be weird, it's like it's funny. It's funny. Cause I'm like, y'all niggas used to make fun of niggas for doing this and being different. But then now everyone's trying to be different. And this is like, this go back 2012. I'm talking about just like as my maturation. Me not being understood and being called a lot of things just for me not being like everyone else. Mm-hmm. That shit never felt cool. It never felt popular. But then it's like, it became like, oh, well, everyone's going to try to go against the grain. And then we're like, when you've been going against the grain and then you look over your shoulder and everybody's behind you or everyone's doing what you're doing, you're like, yo, what the fuck? I was here by myself and now everyone's here. And this is what the thing is. This is the trend. So I know how Tyler feels on a level because it's like, y'all niggas was calling me weird. Now all y'all niggas want to experiment and do different shit. And I'm popping and I'm rich and I'm getting money and I got McLarens and I'm taking trips and all the shit y'all want to do. I did it just being me and being different and being weird and y'all hated on me. It's always that good vindication. Back then, y'all didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all alone. Yeah.
You hit it right on the head, bro. I think that's really vulnerable for you to say that. You know, people.
I mean, I've made peace with it.
I've
made peace with it.
I mean, and then he hit on another thing. I don't think he meant to say it, but it's just another. You know, DJ Khaled. Yeah, he's put in the work of being in our culture or whatever, but you can't tell a black man that you're not making black music or rap music. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that authority. First off, no black person should tell another black person that they're not black enough. Like that's anti-black because black is not a monolith. So anybody can be black and be whoever the fuck they are, they're still black. So for him to make somebody else feel invalidated because quote unquote his music's not, you know, played outside, that's one part of the experience that you quote unquote think you know about being black or making hip hop. Hip hop isn't always played in the car. It's played in your phone, it's played on your iPad, it's played on the computer, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of music niggas don't play in the car because they might be scared of being looked at as different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Khaled was just mad because he wants his number one. He didn't get it. Tyler took it away from him. Tyler has his last two albums for sure. I've listened to them both.
Oh man. Yeah. He's since was it Flower Boy? He's been really, elevating.
Yeah, man. So, hey, there's always gonna be clashes. I think it's good for everyone to people. And have you noticed this? There's been like a backlash against the word humble. Have you peeped this a little bit? The word humble.
What to call yourself?
Calling yourself humble, like, so people have looked up the definition of humble and they've been like, it's kind of telling you to like lower, like to dim your light and don't be so proud. Like, and I've seen it recently. People are kind of like going against being humble. You know what I'm saying? But I do think humbling yourself, there is value in it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you don't look like DJ Khaled because you want to boast and brag, and hip hop is based on boasting and bragging, but it's kind of like you kind of gotta wait for the numbers to come back till you can brag. You know what I'm saying? Niggas brag when they be losing. That's the thing about hip hop. Niggas brag up, down, side. Like niggas brag. Niggas gonna like it's based on bragging. I'm flashy,
it's yeah, I guess is one of the themes of this episode is that sweet spot. I guess I understand the sentiment of the word being humble. Like dim your light, you shouldn't want to dim your light, but you can't be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? And have you been watching the new season of Dave?
I don't know if no, not yet. No, but, I haven't watched any of Dave yet.
Oh, it's really good. Well, the new season of Dave is Lil Dicky is experiencing, you know, say the trials and tribulation of having a super big ego, right? Okay. And not being humble. Like he's pissing friends off. He's like, you know, he's being selfish. He's not taking his friends for granted, taking his people for granted. But he also has this ego, which drives him to be the best artist that he can be. So there's that quote unquote sweet spot that we love. We love the person that talks a shit, but it's not braggadocious about talking.
Not the asshole like the. Yeah. That's how I feel like the baby is. Like I feel like the baby don't like. I feel like the baby is just like annoyingly, like cocky and confident, like annoyingly cocky. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that are just cocky, man. And like I'm not gonna fucking give no one a side eye, but I'm just gonna stay away from cocky people. You know what I'm saying? I love a confident person, and it's like the line gets blurred, especially hip hop, where you gotta make yourself bigger and bigger and bigger. But humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. So like that's what I've been hearing a lot of people like have not backlash, but a lot of people did not liking that. Like, damn, people tell you to be humble, they telling you to lower the estimate of yourself. And
right. That sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible. But when I think of humble, I don't think that. I think of like quiet confidence, knowing who you are and not needing to prove it all the time. But then when you gotta prove it, you prove it. You know what I'm saying? Like showing up, you know what I'm saying? Showing up when you're supposed to show up and always being present. Like I wouldn't say like go within yourself or try to dim your light, but that definition does make you be like, nigga, I don't want to fucking be modest all the time or lower estimate my importance. Like I am who I am, and knowing who you are, there's power in that. And but that cocky and that loud cockiness, I never liked it. And
I think no one likes it. No one likes it.
But it's like people, but it's like it the confidence that's in the cockiness, it gets respect. Like, cause you're like, to be cocky, you gotta back it up. You know what I'm saying? You have to back it up on some level. But it's just like making yourself like I said in music, making yourself bigger and bigger and bigger is the name of the game. You want to be the biggest. You want everyone to know you around the world. I want my song to sell 1 million. Be the top artist. You know what I'm saying? Or top of my field. When you become the top and you did it, your ego's gonna grow. Because you proving yourself right. You believe in yourself when probably no one did believe in you. So it's like, damn, nigga, I am who I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'll say this, shout out to my man Bobby Brown. I seen it. Life will humble you. You're very cocky. No one more cocky than, come on, Bobby Brown? That's what I get it from. Like when I seen him on TV when I was a kid, I was like, that is some dope shit. But then you look at the other side of it, right? You saw the beginning, and you see the middle, and then you see like the come on, son. Do you want to? Yeah, you could be that cocky dude, or do you want to be the dude that's quietly confident? And look at him. Look at that trajectory. Look at that stability. Look at that grace. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no grace in being cocky, bro. I'm sorry. You might have a cocky moment, but I'm talking about just being cocky. Like every moment is I'm this and I'm that and I am, and talk to yourself in the third person. I don't think there's a lot of grace in that all the time. Like everyone's gonna have a moment when you do some shit, you accomplish some shit, you can flex, let your nuts hang. You know what I'm saying? Be fly, wear diamonds, be loud, wear bright colors. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, but it's like the sweet spot. The sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next, bro?
Real quick, congratulations to the men's U.S. basketball team and the women's U.S. basketball team. Both took gold in the Tokyo Olympics. We came here on this podcast and we were a little worried about the men's basketball team. We're never worried about the women's. But they showed up. They took the 1L and they didn't take any more. And they went all the way to the championship, to the gold medal game, beat France. And they walk away with gold medals. Kevin Durant, I think this is his third gold medal. So that's an accomplishment. I think he has the most wins. No, he has the most points in men's USA basketball history. He passed Carmelo. Shout out to Melo. And the women won. I don't know who the women beat. Who did they beat? You don't know?
Australia, I think, maybe. Australia, I think.
Australia. If he's wrong, he got to do 10 push-ups.
I got you tomorrow.
Were you wrong?
I can look. Let's see.
I got it. Women's Olympic final basketball. They beat Japan.
Wow.
Japan? Damn. That was Japan. Who
That's
knew
cool.
Japan's basketball team was like that? Damn. Shout out to Japan. So Japan took silver for the women. That's it. And so let's get to the last thing we'll talk about.
Oh, while we giving out flowers, I just want to give flowers out to the Queen, Rihanna. She's a billionaire.
Yes.
Riri, you know.
I've always loved her. I still love her. Her artistry, now she's a solidified businesswoman. We may never get an album. Fenty took off. Like I said, I told you last time I've been getting Fenty ads for men's underwear. So
I might buy me some boxers though. I ain't gonna cap for my birthday. I might buy me some Fenty boxers.
Some Fenty. And
that's silk.
For your business to be worth $1 billion is a feat. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Kanye, Jay-Z, and Rihanna. Shout out to Run This Town. They did it. Congratulations. Robin, Rihanna, Fenty. Don't sleep on Robin.
Yeah, just had to give her some.
Rihanna, my bad. See, I'm even saying her name. I'm saying like y'all. Her name is Rihanna, not Rihanna. Rihanna.
Gotta give her that love.
Yeah, and kind of the opposite of Black excellence. We're gonna talk about white people not washing their bodies again.
Yeah, I mean, from the beginning of this podcast, we just said just put a microphone in front of a white person and they will tell you all about their business. So last week, it was Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher said they don't watch the kids, and now Jake Gyllenhaal came out in another interview and said, I don't see basically said, long story short, I don't see the reason for showering all the time. And let me read you the exact quote. Now, I'm not going to read the article because, who reads articles? But
people should.
Let's see. He says he finds bathing to be less necessary.
What's it even mean?
I don't even know.
That's less necessary. You know that stench that gets under your balls and your thighs? How do you not take care of that? And then just the stickiness when you sweat, it's the summer.
First off, I don't even know why people are asking their shower rituals in interviews, but that's whatever. That's neither here or there now. Right? So when asked during an interview about his showering ritual, Jake explained that it's not exactly at the top of his list he finds necessary. More and more, I find bathing to be less necessary at times. I do believe because Elvis Costello was wonderful, that good manners and bad breath gets you nowhere. So I do that. At least he brushes his teeth. But I do also think that there's a whole world of not bathing that is also really helpful for skin maintenance, and we naturally clean ourselves. He said, yeah.
Man. The joke that I said in the beginning, like, I guess when it rains, that's probably the first time that their body hit the water. That's why they smell like wet dogs. I know it's not all white people, but it's enough of y'all, and y'all are loud. They're loud about it. You know what I'm saying? I've never like washing is not wanting to wash is something like a young 12-year-old boy doesn't want to do. But when you become a man, you become a grown woman, like smelling good and taking care of your hygiene is normal. Like, I'm not saying you got to shower twice a day, but once a day at least. Like, once a day? Like, come on. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing?
Where did they learn that the body naturally cleans themselves? Like, what do you mean? Like, nah. Like the body naturally keeps itself cool. It regulates your temperature. But naturally cleans itself. No, the body does not do that.
Have you ever smelled a fisherman?
All right, nigga that work at a fish restaurant.
Like, or like nigga like a fishmonger, or like people that like do commercial fishing. If you ever smell, I had a dude that I used to work with. He did commercial fishing for like a summer. He came back, and there was a stench that was like in his clothes that I was like, and I felt like it was in his skin. He probably wasn't washing how these people were not washing, especially when you out at sea. But think about that though; they're doing intense labor around fish and water and bait and dead things. You got. I'm sorry, man. I don't have energy to go in it. It's to each his own. I would teach my kids to wash themselves, and I will try to surround my people.
We should have a segment of this stuff called "White People's Business."
That's their business, you know. They're dead set on not washing and sucking the earth of all its natural resources. That's what they're dead set on.
It was our first segment of White People's Business. So.
Well, it's up to them. Anything else you want to get to, brother?
Nah. We can get to it next week, you know. It's late on this side of the town. So, you know, the boys.
Nigga, we're in the same time zone, man.
I know. So it's late. So it's time to lay it on.
It's very late. I'm tired.
You're supposed to drop dick off. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I mean, I'm gonna do my best. I think I could get some action popping. I might have to get a soda or something, get some sugar.
All right. Well, listen, we'll wrap it up this week. It was a good episode anyways. You know what I'm saying? We got to the down and dirty. No pun intended to white people's business. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Model Talks. Please subscribe to the YouTube. You know, follow us on social media. Follow us on our audio platforms. Listen to the episode. Stream it. You know, talk to us on Instagram. Let us know, you know, how we doing. Just talk to a young nigga. You know, say we talk back. You know, nice. We talk respectfully. Yeah, man. I appreciate, you know, all the listens, and then you know, and all the prayers you guys give to us. If you guys pray for us, please pray. But remember, on the path to Playerdom, there are 3 rules to success. Stay true to yourself, stay true to the code, and stay dangerous. I'd like to say thank you for listening to another episode of Model Talks. We'll see you next week, man. Peace.
Hello.